So we got another puppy of Assata. Assata Shakur was the one that survived the 2-mile trip from hell. Nevada is a flash flood. She was in the truck and it took the truck down 2 miles. And I found Assata in a bed of ice. This is one of Assata's babies. So Assata lived and she was able to have 5 babies. And Malia is the runt. And she's got a gray one, 2 black ones, and a black and white one, and then a Malia. 2 females, 3 boys. This is a boy, short little dock tail. He just, oh, hi, they're stretching. He's just stretching, huh? Oh, he's kicking. He likes, always hear that the puppies like the massaged on their chest. Look at that, he just loves massage on his chest. They also like pets on their head and then right behind their ears. Yeah. Also like after they've fed. They can only give us so many cues of what they like and don't like. But after they fed, how they'll have this, their little tongue will just be sticking out like that. You see that? So he's all fat and happy. I don't have a name for this one, just Assata. Just a baby Assata Shakur. A baby Assata Shakur. So part Rottweiler, part something else. I'm not sure who the papa is. And I want to read this little thing here. A little John Locke quote. So I'll just put the John Locke quote next to him. We'll see if he does some more. We got the little tongue just hanging out. What? Are you showing off for the camera? Are you just happy? Another thing about dogs, like I've seen Antifa just come up and she'll press on them to kind of wake them up. And dogs, just because they got that instincts, right? They're born with all those instincts. If they do feel something press upon them, they immediately wake up and say, they're like, what the hell is going on? I see something. Their instincts also, they go, go, go. Go, go, go. That's what my puppy Barack Obama wanted to do. Just go, go, go. So I'm not for sure what we're going to name this one. Malia, right? Out of the Obamas. I got a Sasha. I got a Malia. I don't want to say I'm running out of revolutionary names. I need to compile some revolutionary names because, well, I need to name a couple more. Okay. So, while we sit there and watch the baby ruminate, John Locke, 87, man being born, as has been proved, with a title to perfect freedom. John Locke comes up with this phrase called perfect freedom. And he's saying that when we're born, we have a title to perfect freedom. This comes from the second treatise on government. He's going to rationalize why the English Revolution was good. So man is born to a title of perfect freedom. So you can do anything and everything anywhere in the world to anything and everybody, and an uncontrolled enjoyment of all the rights and privileges of the law of nature, equal with any other man or number of men in the world, has by nature a power not only to preserve his property, that is, his life, liberty, and estate, against the injuries and attempts of other men, but to judge and punish the breaches of that law in others as he is persuaded the offense deserves, even with death itself, in crimes where the heinousness of the fact, in his opinion, requires it. So that's incredible. So we're talking about rights and freedoms, right? So when man is born to perfect freedom, well, he's got a right to speak, and he's got a right to peacefully assemble. He's got a right to petition. Well, he's got a right to kick and bite and run and fart and scream and climb mountains and climb skyscrapers and dig tunnels and set fires, anything and everything, right? Now, not only does he have a right to all these, freedoms to do whatever, power over everything, But he also has the right to ascertain what he thinks is right when a person accosts him. He accosted me, like in old school. That man accosted me. He accosted me. But if you have a right to perfect freedom, you can do anything and everything to anybody in the world, then of course you can. Well, that person stole Tic Tac, so I get to, well, justice is eye for an eye. So since I'm a thinking person, I was like, well, then, give me a Tic Tac back and we'll be even. Well, it sucks that you stole Tic Tac. I had to chase you down, run you down, and now I'm just going to get a Tic Tac back. No, you buy me a whole damn pack of Tic Tacs. Then we'll be good. You stole a Tic Tac. Maybe I shouldn't be so crazy about a petty Tic Tac, but goddammit, you made me chase you down and confront you about it, so you owe me at least 50 Tic Tacs. All right, here's 50 Tic Tacs. All right, thank you. Have a good day. But according to John Locke, this is just the state of nature, right? So the state of nature is, I want to say, state of nature is different than like the law of the jungle or the law of the rainforest. So you're allowed to do anything and everything, but you don't do anything and everything. And then a state of nature, so there's the law of the jungle, but then there's also the law of rational man in the jungle. So the law of rational man, you're not going to go around just harming and hurting as many as you can, as quickly as you can. So rational man says, you took a banana, so I take a banana from you. You stole a stick, so I take a stick from you. And so you get to not only, run about freely as you want, but you also get to dole out punishments. When it comes to crime and punishment, you get to determine what the crimes are, and then you get to determine what you think. Oh, you got the hiccups. You get to determine what the crimes are, but you also get to determine what the punishments are. Perfectly free to determine the crimes and to determine the punishments. So this is, I would say, at ground zero, man is born. He gets to do whatever he wants. But, eventually we have a civil society, because if every man is doing whatever the hell they want to do, well, that's going to be a war of all against all, according to Hobbes. You have a right to kick me in my shin? Well, I don't really like that freedom at all. That doesn't feel free to me. I get a right to kick you in the shin. Okay, well, I'll kick you in the shin, you kick me in the shin, and we just kick each other in the shins till we don't have any damn shins anymore. So, perfect freedom would lead to anarchy and chaos and a war of all against all, which is what Hobbes says. So therefore, we need to agree to a social contract, and we need to have a sovereign that inspires all in order to force people to honor thy contracts. So the first law of nature for Hobbes is man has a right to defend himself. You have a right to peace and be peaceful for as long as you can, but the moment that you cannot be peaceful, you have a right to war. And that's the first law of nature. And then the second law of nature of Hobbes is you have a right to social contracts. So wait, that's rational man. Rational man has a right to a social contract. Huh? So anyways, that's just John Locke. And it kind of goes without saying. I'm not, where are you going with this, John Locke? Okay, you got a right to perfect freedom, so then you have a right to, I guess, be a perfect judge. You get a right to determine the crimes, determine the punishments, right? You get to do whatever the hell you want. So really, you don't even have to be a fair person at all. You don't even really have to have any kind of code of rights and or crimes and punishments. You can just go around kicking people in the shin because, well, it gets out your aggression. You just feel like it, They need to respect your authority. They need to have some damn manners, and they need to respect their elders. You heard that they weren't respecting their elders, so you went around and you kicked them in the damn shin. And like, I had a child abuser once tell me, a white woman once told me that the law doesn't apply to them, and then another white woman says that she liked to hit children because it got her aggression out. Isn't that fucking fucked up? Having puppies, a lot of times the mothers do a really good job, but mothers get tired. Mothers get sleepy and tired, and so when there's 5 puppies, the mother might be laying on a puppy, and so she's just tired, and she's been, taking care of them all day. So I just feel like as a man, it's, for me, when it comes to woman, for me to give all the food and water and, space to woman so she could be the best mother that she could be. But if she's sitting on a child, it's for me to say, okay, female dog, get off of your child. Do not sit and crush your child because you're tired right now. So it's, she's been working being a mother all day, but that's the time to be the father. No, you do not get to sit on your kid and smother them to death. No, you're the woman, you're the mother, you basically are in charge, and you get to, but you're good, you're good because I'm giving you all the water and food and the space so you can be good. But do not sit on your kid, do not talk to your kid, do not teach your kid, no, you gotta, so it's not a yin and yang, but it's it takes two to tango. It takes two to tangle. It takes two to tango. Dun 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 na, na, na. That's my tango in cash. What? So anyways, that's John Locke, Second Treatise of Government. Not only do you have the right to do whatever, but you have the right to judge and punish the breaches of the law in others. And if you think the offense, you stole Kit Kat, well, then that means you need to give me your eye. You need to give me your car. No, off with his head. He stole a Kit Kat or Tic Tac. He took them both. Well, I don't even know. Why haven't you hung him already? He took a Kit Kat and a Tic Tac. Pick, pack, dilly dack, give a dog a bone, Tic Tac. You take a Tic Tac here, you take a Kit Kat there. Eventually, the world will be robbed. So I had to put a stop in it. I had to nip the shit in the bud. Thou shalt not steal. That is the book of Moses. I am the law of Moses. All right. So you want to say any last words? Let's get him in a good light here. Hi there, little puppy. He hasn't even opened his eyes yet. It's a little Assata Shakur, a little bobtail puppy. He's all fat and comfortable. He just got some milk. So, got that big mouth. And hopefully I can find a middle class house that will love him. Get a girl or a boy to love him. I think every boy or girl deserves a dog. A dog to love you no matter what. Dogs are man's best friend. They adore us. They absolutely adore us. And, you can be a narcissist, but if you come from a place where you don't have love, it makes you feel like Cinderella. Well, nobody loves me. I'm nothing and nobody. I'm going to go nowhere. The dog's like, oh my gosh, you're the greatest thing I have ever seen, ever. I will just sit here in the corner and wait for you to do something so we could go do it together. Man, you're awesome. My God, are you awesome? I am pretty cool. I'm not awesome all the time like that. I don't think I really deserve the dog's obedience like that. But like I said, coming from a loveless place, man is pretty cool. We are rational beings, Without man, the earth is just freaking, a bunch of murdering and killing and biting and peeing and pooping and raining and sunshine. It's just a bunch of crazy chaos. But with man being able to be rational and saying, okay, we can kind of control our environment. We can build buildings. We can, build cars, and we can organize ourselves. Man is pretty fucking cool. We are rational animals, and that's very important, the rational part. So the law of nature has been used to essentially just say, if you're to put man without restraints, it doesn't even matter, it's not even about, how the caveman was. It's not even about how is rational man in your head. If you're to put rational man in the jungle, or in the rainforest, or on the moon, and you had all the, the food or whatever, but you got to acquire the food, you got to get the food, so you can get life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, but that freedom is pretty important, and freedom don't mean much till you have life, so you got to secure your sustenance. Once you got sustenance, then you can worry about your liberty, then you could freely move here and there, and then once you got your life and your liberty, then you can pursue your happiness. That's such a incredible motto, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Meanwhile, the French Revolution is just liberté, égalité, fraternité. So it's liberty, equality, and friendship for everyone. Which I guess is nice, but man, that life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is just so genius. It's like, damn, man. So say goodnight there, tomfoolery. Say goodnight there, Uncle Nat Turner. I already got a natty Nat. Well, we need to come up with some revolutionary names. Leonard Peltier. How about Leonard? You like Leonard? Say goodnight, Leonard. Good night, Leonard. Okay. He's such a comedian.